I would be remiss if I didn't talk to you about selling your construction firm. Selling your construction firm is a reality to most contractors because at the end of their careers they're going to look around and they're not going to have the energy, not going to have the inclination to continue to manage their firm into their 80s. And so you have to plan for that. Obviously, it's going to be your last management act. If you look at selling a construction firm, certainly there's some easy options and then there's some more complicated options. Let me go through the easy options. If you're selling your construction firm, family is certainly a great first place to stop. That is, a son or a daughter, someone in your extended family who would be interested in managing, buying your construction firm, that might work well for you. It might be a great situation for both you and the other party. Another option of selling your construction firm, of course, is selling it to your employees, and many people have done that. If you look at selling your construction firm to your employees, you certainly want to sell it not to the whole firm. A lot of people have warned against that. Sell it to a capable and talented group of employees. Certainly that'll keep the company focused, that'll keep the business growing as it should. But sometimes there is no real core of family members or employees that want to buy the firm. And that leads us to a third, more complicated option, which is the selling of your firm to an unrelated third party. That would be another contractor. 90% of all construction firms are sold to contractors, very important to remember. Certainly there's people from overseas or people from utilities that bought firms, but most of the time it's a construction contractor who wants to come into your town and expand their business. Sometimes they want to buy your firm for its employees because you have many, many good craftspeople. But if you look at selling your construction firm, you certainly are going to do well to look at that kind of order between the family, the employees, and the third party. Now remember, there's a couple things to consider here as you look at that option if you want to take that option. One is that construction firms do not sell for a great premium. Somewhere north of 2 times the net earnings per year is going to be what you're going to receive plus the value of the fixed assets. It's certainly going to be more for some firms and maybe a little bit more for other firms, but you've got to look at that as not a great price for a business that you've worked in for many years. That's what the business is. That's what the market takes. And so if you take this logically, you already know this, is that it makes more sense for you to work in that firm until your death. You would do better financially. But if your goal is not a strictly financial one, you certainly want to look at selling your firm and getting out from underneath the personal guarantees. Now the second part of selling your firm to be aware of is that you always have to ask yourself the question, what would I expect as the buyer? What would I want as the buyer? If I'm selling this firm to somebody else, I have to think like them. And so thinking like the buyer will help the discussions be more reasonable, will help the discussions be more gentlemanly, more amenable to each other, and you won't kill the negotiation prematurely. So look at selling your construction firm. Some people have worked in their firm until their death, and that's their right. But if your goal is something else, selling a construction firm in the construction industry is a good option.